today I'm going to show you how I am currently concealing, correcting my under eyes, like the dark circles and all the lovely colors that I have underneath my eyes, and trying to minimize creasing along the way. I've played around with different products for a while now, and I feel like I finally found the bunch of products that works best for me, and I really hope that this is helpful for you. So if you want to see how I am currently correcting my under eyes, then please keep watching. Okay, so I already applied my foundation, and one of the things that I recently discovered for myself at least is that if I don't apply the foundation underneath my eyes and just everywhere else around my face where I need it, it doesn't crease as much when I do like my concealer and highlight and whatever, because there's not so many layers of product, you know what I mean? So that's just easier for me, and I don't feel the need to apply foundation and concealer. I feel like that's overkill. I just think foundation's a little too heavy for under the eye. Like concealer is perfect, that's kind of what it's meant for, so I like to just keep that foundation free. So I don't know if you can see, but underneath my eyes, like right here, this is where I stopped applying the foundation. Everywhere else is applied. Just right here I stopped, and like all of this is like my dark circles. I don't know how well you can see them on camera. I have like lights and stuff in front of me that probably like brightens my face up, but I would say they're like pretty bad, at least for me, because I've never really had that bad of dark circles up until lately. I was like, whoa, like I have dark circles, but my mom and like everyone said it's hereditary. Like everybody in my family has them like pretty badly, so that's one thing. Also, like if you're not getting enough sleep, that's another thing, or like you're lacking nutrients and stuff like that. I don't know, who knows why I have them right now, but I know I have them, so I want to cover them. And I was playing around with a lot of different products and ways to cover up my dark circles without it looking too cakey and like creasing too much and stuff like that. And I finally found a few ways that I think works best for me, and I hope would work really good for you guys too. The only thing is that I haven't found something completely creaseless. Like there's so many videos on YouTube that says like absolutely like zero creasing and stuff like that. I haven't found any methods that completely take creasing away. Like I just haven't found that. Maybe because I have like so many fine lines underneath my eyes, it's just like super delicate underneath there. I just feel like it's impossible for me to not have any creasing at all. As long as it's not like too cakey and like crusty and looking rough down there, I don't really care. So the first product that I like to lay down is my favorite of all time. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Concealer in the shade R40, and this is just a really orangey shade. I don't know if you can see the bottle. It's very orange, like very orange. At least for my skin tone, this is very orange. There are concealers that are more orange than this, but for me, this is as orange as it's gonna get. I'm gonna actually zoom myself in. Hold on. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. I'm just taking some of that and applying that underneath my eye with this brush. I'm not really like blending it too much. I'm just dabbing it underneath. This is a Sigma All-Over Blend Brush in E37. I love this brush because it's really nice and fat and small and just fits underneath your eye really well. And I don't know if you can see this right here. This like seriously dark blue brownish shade I got going on. That's really what I like to concentrate. Because sometimes like I even notice like I'll do a full face of makeup and I'll totally forget this little piece right here, and I'll take a photo and I'm just like, what is that? So I'm just dabbing that, and that's how that should look. It's gonna look crazy at first. I'm gonna do one eye, by the way, first, just to show you. And then I'm gonna take my damp beauty blender, which isn't that damp anymore because I've been talking forever, and just blend that out. I've said this a million times, but there's nothing on the planet like a beauty blender. It just doesn't exist. So that was the orange tone corrector laid down, and you can obviously still see it, so I'm going to be concealing now on top of that with something more brightening. The reason why I use orange is because it cancels out blues and like dark shades like that a lot better than any other color, in my opinion. I see a lot of people using like red, and I feel like that works really well if you have like super dark under eyes. I just don't have anything like that. And the next product that I use on top of that is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD, same brand, same everything, but this is in the shade R20. This is because of my skin tone, it's so light, so I like to use a super light concealer on top of that, and I just love it. This is what it looks like. It's really, really, really pale, and I just dot that and apply it just everywhere where I put the orange concealer. And I'm not doing like highlighting in this video. This is just for your under eyes, for like an everyday look. I feel like it's really important to cover your dark circles because it's kind of a dead giveaway that you're tired or whatever, and it just makes you look like a lot more fresh and awake and youthful and all those other good words. Taking my beauty blender again. The key to success for makeup is a beauty blender. Do you see like how effortless that was? Like, what? So easy. And that little tip right there just is really nice to get into that corner where people tend to have that nice little dark spot going on. I don't know why that's a thing, why it exists, but it does. Can go a little bit in there. So that's that. I pretty much done. Now I just have to set it, and you can choose either something with more coverage, like if you find that your dark circles are still peeking through a little bit, like if you have super intense dark circles, because a lot of people do, then I would recommend using something with a little bit coverage, but that's still like sheer and lightweight. And this is my favorite for underneath the eyes especially. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light, and it looks like this. I mean, you can get whatever goes with your skin tone, obviously, but this is what I use. I use light because I'm super fair, and this just brightens underneath my eye pretty nicely. Another thing that I love to use is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for underneath the eyes. This is like specifically made for that. It just makes you look brighter. For me, not so much because of how light my skin tone is naturally. It doesn't brighten that much, but anybody deeper than me, like at all, this brightens a lot. I've used it on people and it seriously works amazing for me. It works pretty good. I love it, but it's not like the best thing in the world for me. I don't know why, it just doesn't brighten as much as other people. So I'm gonna use this product today because I don't find the need to use too much coverage underneath my eye. I feel like everything is pretty well covered right now, and this is super lightweight. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this on the cap. It's a lot. And one mistake I noticed was I was using brushes like this to set underneath my eye, and I mean that's fine, but it's not as gentle and like precise. I mean, your under eye is seriously so delicate. It's just like really, really thin skin and fine lines, and you want to use something that's just as delicate as your under eye. So I really like this MAC 286 brush. It's like a duo fiber eyeshadow brush. It's like super, super like gentle and perfect for underneath the eyes. So I just swirl my brush in that and I tap off the excess, and I just gently go underneath my eye. Everywhere that I used my concealer and corrector, I'm just dabbing it. And this is just so gentle, and you don't put like so much product on, which I feel is one of the reasons why mine would look cakey and not so good, is because the other brushes would just heavily apply all the product. And if you'd like, at the end, if you have any like creasing or excess product, you can just gently dab that with the damp beauty blender, like really, really gently, like dab everything out, and this makes it look pretty flawless and not so cakey. So that is the difference. Obviously this is not corrected or concealed, and this one is. This is the best method that I've found for me so far. I don't know how well you can see underneath my eyes, but that is how much the product's covered. I used a minimal amount of products, like I only used 3 products, which I don't think is a lot. Some people might think that's a lot, but to me, it's not at all. I used to like put foundation and concealer and corrector and just like cake it all on to try and cover it and make it look good, but it would just end up looking really like crusty underneath my eyes, and I hated that. But I just think that this for me is perfect. I mean, it's as good as it's gonna get. Obviously I'm gonna still have a little bit of fine lines underneath my eyes peeking through because they're just there, and unless I get Botox, that's not gonna change. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my other eye really quick and then come back because I feel like I look way too weird to be talking to you, so 1 second. So just to recap really quick on my favorite products right now, go-to to cover up my dark circles and to eliminate creasing as much as possible. I like the Sigma All Over Blend E37 brush, and then I apply the Makeup Forever Ultra HD in R40, and then I go in with the R20 using the same brush for both because it doesn't really matter, and then I set, well, I use a beauty blender to blend that all out, and then I set using a Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder and a MAC 286 brush. I love this brush so much, I can't get over it. I don't know why I've never used it under my eyes before. It is just perfect and delicate and just amazing, like especially if you have fine lines and all that. It's so great. I love it. So yeah, I really hope that this video was helpful for you guys. I hope that you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.